Well, doing a great job with the Osiris in game number 1. We'll see as we head into picks and bans for game number 2 if Astral Authority allows StormyRays to play this god 2 games in a row, and I'm not really expecting that to be the case.
No, I don't think so either. Chang'e still a thorn in the side of Astral Authority. SoaR Gaming have a ban here, and I expect the second ban out of Astral Authority to either be the Osiris, or if not, have
First
that be
ticket.
the selection.
Probably would be the case, unless they elect to go for their same exact strategy. Astral Authority banning away the Sun Wukong, a safe pick in recent times with some of the buff changes to Shifter Shield, as well as the scaling from his first and second ability. We're seeing more picks and bans out of the Sun Wukong, but Astral Authority needs to see what they're going to control the game with.
Yep.
Will be the Osiris.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. StormyRays, make him play something different. Now we know he can play something different, but we saw the success that Osiris brought right there, and there's a very real feeling of just like feed the hot hand, right? Once you get into the grind, you can keep that going. So Ravana will be the selection of SoaR Gaming, and we're going to see Thoth go as well. This picks and ban phase. I really hope this one goes rather fast. I want to see Astral Authority really just pay attention to the battlefield.
It just seems that the Shaliber did such a great job in game number 1, so that's why SoaR is electing to pick it early on in game number 2 here, making sure the Astral Authority don't ban it away in the secondary ban phase. But now they're picking up their defensive support of the get for Brochacho. He loves this kind of style, and pairing it up with a very aggressive jungler for KhaoticPurpose.
Bellona will be there for SoaR Gaming, likely to be in the short lane, excuse me. The solo lane choice likely to be Bellona, Ravana in the jungle. Hebo banned out against Astral Authority.
It's not uncommon to see this kind of a style, taking that away from Coviiii. He loves this kind of a burst mage god, and with another knock-up for Awilix to set up. I thought it was going to be the Vulcan ban for SoaR.
No, it's going to be the 2 knockups allowing Awilix to really be very effective, so SoaR Gaming looking out for that synergy. Last ban will be the Kernanos, and SoaR Gaming have one more selection here, looking for both the Hunter and the support role. It's going to be the Hunter, Medusa, the choice here for Zachsy.
Medusa being locked in before the support, just really showing that they want the mobility online. Both of these Hunters between Zachsy and Transonics likes to take the team fights any single time. Kukulkan locked in. This means that whatever the support is, that's the primary goal for Astral Authority. Look for the get Cataclysm knock-up into the Awilix pull, into the Kukulkan ultimate, and that's going to be one dead support.
Technically, there's a Kukulkan knockup as well.
True. If you can find that instead of the Geb knockup to set up the Awilix ultimate, then God bless you.
Last pick will be the Ganesha for SoaR Gaming. We'll see if they're able to make the elephant work. Obviously, Astral Authority, I think it worked out for them during the team fights. Obviously not getting the win, but I think we did see a good Ganesh play out of Brochacho. We'll see if they can do it on SoaR's side with Medieval.
I'm surprised they elected not to go for the Sylvanas yet again, but considering the draft out of Astral Authority, trying to lean on maybe picking off the support, Ganesha has more survivability in terms of having a gap closer. That one dash alone is good enough to be able to escape the clutches at a KhaoticPurpose. And looking at the way these teams are starting off here, not going to see any sort of early aggression quite yet, but look at the relic out of MedievalDoc. We haven't seen that one in quite a bit.
Ooh, Meditation. Now, Meditation it's not as strong at level 1. Hard stop. It scales with levels. Frankly, I don't know if I like it at level 1, to be honest with you. It's not that I don't like it at all, it's just level 1 is tough.
Sure, level 1 might not be the best kind of relic selection, but it's still good between level 7 and 11. Maybe you don't want to wait till level 12, because supports, by the time a support hits level 12, the rest of the team in both sides is going to be about 14 to 15, and they're going to be pretty tanky or damaging anyway. And some of these meditations can be a lot of a bait factor, and that's the whole idea behind picking it up this early.
You know, that's actually really fair, and I think that's why we see it. Medieval obviously doesn't think, what is it, it heals for 35, I believe, at level 1. It's not going to be enough, so that's going to be, I think he's got a little bit later on his mind. Nice group up from Astral Authority, just ensuring that they're able to go ahead and not just get the neutral gets, but also their own here. Look at that, look at that. Oh, okay, KhaoticPurpose shows them. Basically, El Brochacho, the support going over to the solo lane is not that rare. The support jungle and solo being there at that time is kind of rare. So KhaoticPurpose was trying to hide, hoping that we would see SoaR come into that blue buff and just get feather stepped and dead.
And not only that, because of this rotation on the right-hand side from Brochacha, Wolves is getting off to a great start. They denied the blue buff from StormyRays, and with this Osiris versus Bellona matchup, any slight advantage you can give one, they're going to be able to kind of walk away with it. And also, Shaliber, though, taking a lot of damage in mid, had to go into the purification.
Very important bead usage of Shaliber. We could break that down. I think perfect play nets that a first blood. A little bit of body block, a delay on the feather step to allow the 0.5-second route to come through, but either way, not too big of a drop. Astral Authority can certainly repeat that. And one thing I want to say is SoaR Gaming paid a lot of attention to making sure that there wasn't a lot of synergy on this team with KP's selection of the Awilix. I don't care. KP has proven himself on the Awilix with or without other knockups. He's just a strong player on the God.
He can easily find those knockups on his own doing, but it obviously helps out if you have a big old Geb knockup around the corner. You can just hide behind these mid-harpy walls, wait for that knockup down mid lane, and then basically isolate anybody away from a team fight.
That's the entire, that is a perfect word for it. Just the isolation. KhaoticPurpose is just looking to grab somebody out. Basically what Kaeydan did with Fenrir up close and personal, KhaoticPurpose is going to look to do that from a distance. Knock up, pull, hope they don't beads, and now you're here in my territory with my team surrounding you. You're dead.
And because there's no cripples on the side of SoaR Gaming, this makes it so easy for KhaoticPurpose to get off the feather step, go onto that Zuku, and just ride away into the sunset.
What are the biggest counters that KhaoticPurpose would see, or what are the biggest purpose? I'm okay, I swear. One of the biggest issues that Awilix has is Cupid.
True. A big old cripple field, anything cripple makes it preventing the damage out of the feather step getting onto the Suku, which is why Bakasura versus Awilix is kind of a counter matchup within a counter matchup, because obviously you don't want to jump as Bakasura, but at the same time you could just straight up ulti on top of her and then look to fight her.
That right there, the second first blood missed opportunity. Astral Authority, we see the Geb come through and blink over the wall and miss the knockup.
Not going to find it this time around.
Just missed the knockup. Oh, and instead SoaR Gaming, for a first blood of their own, Wolves goes ahead and takes the fight back. SoaR understands that this means there's a rotation. It's going to be Brochacha and Purpose. And again, KP this time doesn't find the knockup, so there's no pull, and it's just an invade.
But they're going to look for this blue buff here. Wolves having this easily able to steal away the blue buff with the Bumba's Mask, sustaining a little bit further as StormyRays makes his teleport back to the right-hand side. He does have Ninja Tabby complete, so he could look to chase down some members, but with 3 here versus 2, SoaR Gaming just gonna lick their wounds as they retreat.
4 minutes in, still nothing on the scoreboard. Very different story from game number 1, where we kind of got started early and fast.
Game number 2 here, Astral Authority, they know what's at stake. SoaR Gaming obviously have bigger stipulations compared to Astral Authority as they're trying to secure a better seeding here, but now that they lost that last set, they're not going to be guaranteed for that top seed, but if they do win at least this one, they will be tied with Obey at number 1.
Zachsy on this Medusa, his signature character, just trying to dodge and weave in between transonic shots, losing the casual non-duel with Transonics. Just really taking the shots, neither hunter really hard committing.
Zachsy shouldn't be taking this engagement because of the fact that he doesn't have the tier 3 boots compared to Transonics, as he was able to back into base earlier on. Nice Sentry Ward, recognizing like, hey, Zachsy never backs up. What's going on here? Drops the Sentry Ward, like, all right, I'll clear this ward. I'll come back in maybe a minute.
Just a very smart play, using the player's body language. Obviously, there's a ward there. Where is the ward placed? Puts the Sentry Ward exactly on top. Very smart play by KhaoticPurpose. Not only just to drop the Sentry, but to, more importantly, like you said, identify, obviously there's a ward here.
Trying to find any sort of angle he can approach, and denying the vision out of SoaR Gaming is going to allow these opportunities for KP to position himself with waiting for the knockup initiation from Brochacha. We haven't seen it quite yet, but now with everyone on the board, level 5, they could look for some of these blink engagements out of Brochacha.
That's what they have been doing so far, but Unfortunately for Muchacho and his fans, he has not been able to be so successful with his accuracy. Left side blink in, there's going to be the ultimate onto Medieval. Gets hit by the knockup, but Coviiii not ready to shoot his shot. Also missed the squall, but not ready to fire the ultimate either. So Coviiii still and his team do not have a kill.
I think Coviii's waiting for KhaoticPurpose to find a pull onto somebody before he throws out the ultimate. Brochacho diving into that backline there. I think he also wanted to force out some relics potentially, but great patience out of Shaliber, holding onto his beads. No meditation used out of MedievalDoc because there was just no pull from KhaoticPurpose. He didn't feel like there was any kill threat.
Yeah, so Coviiii not able to really grab it. There's the knockup and the pull onto Kaeydan. Kind of curious pull, but okay. Zachsy here on the left-hand side. You're going to go ahead and find a couple of shots onto the Geb player, but ultimately not anything of any consequence.
We've seen some specific junglers playing Robin go for Sunder Relic, specifically weakened in the SPL scene, as he likes to play super hyper-aggressive with his teammates, but really respecting this Awilix out of KP means that he has to go into the purification beats, especially with this Geb for Brochacho. Rather play it safe than sorry.
I thought we were going to see Transonics be first blood, but he quickly walked away. Now we might see a first objective as the Gold Fury down to half HP. Ram goes to the sky, and you just sort of wait here, but they're going to go for it, and it's going to be SoaR Gaming successfully securing the Gold Fury. Transonics can't make a change.
Gold Fury being started because of all the attention on the right-hand side. Third blue buff invade from Astral Authority, really trying to shut down StormyRays, giving that communication to the rest of his teammates, able to secure that first Gold Fury of the game. Now, granted, not that big of a lead, but if the enemy team is going to give you an opportunity such as Gold Fury, whether it's the 20-minute mark or the 8-minute mark, you got to take it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just free gold. That's literally how we saw the 13,000 gold comeback from Starboys earlier today. They took the Gold Fury because the enemy team wound up taking a different objective across the map on the Portal Demon, and then hop, skip, and a jump later, they're killing the Titan because the enemy gave them a free Gold Fury. You're always going to want to take that Catalyst. StormyRays in trouble. Feather Step is good. And there's going to be the Bludgeon coming down. Rotation out of Kaeydan now. Prana Onslaught brings KhaoticPurpose relatively low. Brochacho gonna whiff the ultimate because Kaeydan finds the flip kick to avoid it. There's the knockup, and Coviiii misses the ultimate. Not guaranteed is that one. And Brochacho falls down because of it. First blood going to SoaR, but they're not done.
Kaeydan's gonna chase this down under the tier 1 tower. Dharmic Pillars from MedievalDoc, forcing the beads out of Coviiii. Great disruption with the silence. Not gonna want to take it too much, but diving in, MedievalDoc setting up Stormy.
Stormy getting the kill, still fighting up, down, but it's answered by Wolves again with the hard, cold read. Stormy gets him anyway with the flail.
Oh my goodness, wow. So first of all, MedievalDoc doesn't get hit by Coviii's ultimate because reinforced creeps, 20% crowd control reduction, not long enough of a CC to set that one up, needing to really rely on the Geb Cataclysm knockup, not the pull out of Awilix.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of players saw that, hey, he wasn't really, wasn't there the whole time. How do you kind of wiggle out of there? The CC on.
Such an underappreciated stat, honestly. Look at Brochacho's build here. He went for a very greedy option here with those Traveler shoes. Now, granted, it will pay off, but it's going to take a little bit of time before we see him with some of those mid-tier items.
KhaoticPurpose forced to jump over the wall. Brochacho waiting just in case he had the shield. So, staying close by and relevant. And Zachsy over there on the left side, pushing Transonics out of the wave.
In the mid lane, 10.5 minutes in. Dharmic Pillars being used on KhaoticPurpose. They really want to try to shut down this early game jungler. Brochacho already less than half health.
And there's going to be the ultimate from Coviiii, hitting Shaliber right up in the face, and Wolves putting him in the ground. Big damage out of Coviiii, finding himself climbing the ranks of the player damage, now almost at 2,000.
Transonics, he could easily go into the sky if he wants to look for the solo kill onto Zachsy. He might want to try to get off at least one more Astral Arrow connecting before he goes for that kill, but with Kaeydan right around the corner, he has to retreat, rolling away from the Mystic Rush, but he's going to get rooted into place, still trying to get under that tier 1 tower, using the Aegis to buy some time, needs to go off into the ultimate, will survive for a little bit.
And there's going to be 1 shot, 2 shot. He'll land right in the hands of the Kaeydan man. Meanwhile, the right side, Astral Authority taking care of business on the Portal Demon. Medieval doesn't have a chance. Yes, he does. He takes out the Portal Demon, steals it away as a Ganesh. Oh, that's out of control.
That is such a good play from MedievalDoc, losing StormyRays on the right side, but it's all MedievalDoc that found that clutch line ability.
Out of control. I mean, oh, wow.
And Transonics on the left, just too aggressive for his own good. Sometimes these hunters get in a situation, in a mentality where I'm like, okay, I got this little bit of a power spike play here. He has a shifter shield compared to the Ikavel out of Zachsy, so sure, yeah, he's going to be looking for the damage trade and maybe even look for an ultimate, but the rotation from a speed buff out of Kaeydan on the Ravana or any other god, honestly, can make that play.
That just goes to show, coming back to the Portal Demon that I'm kind of stuck on here, you don't zone the Ganesh because, I mean, what's the chance? What's the chance?
It's like 10% at this stage. Without the ultimate coming out of Coviiii, about 10%.
Yeah, I suppose. Maybe I'm, you know what it is? Ganesh actually does a lot of damage, but the fact that one of his abilities does 0 damage kind of always throws me for a loop, you know? Because almost everything in Smite does damage, the exception of Athena Taunt.
I mean, it sets up her passive, the reach. So technically, it provides her a damage source. It provides her a damage source.
Yes, but it doesn't do direct damage, what I mean. You're talking very few abilities. You've got that one. You've got Chronos Rewind.
The Mighty Yawn.
Yes, Mighty Yawn. That's pretty much it. Even when you look at stuff like Rom Roll, it's going to do extra damage on his next shot like Cassie. So, I mean, like that's providing, it's not a damage. So, okay.
You see where I'm going with that?
I see where you're going.
There you go.
I don't know if I'm buying it, but okay.
I'm definitely selling it. I got some buyers in the Twitch chat.
What are you buying? What are you selling? What are you doing at 13 minutes? SoaR Gaming asks Astral Authority. They find themselves up 3,200. 4-2 as well on the kill column. Medieval around the corner waiting to pop. There's going to be Kaeydan missing the grab, but Medieval able to find the dash.
Brochacho with a nice hot juke. He stood still on purpose for
Nice
Kaeydan,
pull.
finding a pull onto Medieval. Tornado will take away, forcing the meditation and the pillars as well. His teammates not able to really save Medieval this time.
What a great spot as well. 2 hits of the ultimate out of the big old dragon. StormyRays tanky enough to kind of shake it off. KhaoticPurpose not as tanky. Brought down to half HP, but the jump away from Stormy not going to be fruitful. There's a knock-in from Geb, who gets stunned out. Brochacho turns around, taken out by Kaeydan. Wolves on the chase for StormyRays. Kaeydan takes out Coviiii after he takes out his protector, El Brochacho. Wolves able to even this one up just a little bit better, making it a 2-for-3 still in SoaR's favor.
It's not done yet, but a nice rotation from Kaeydan, being involved in all 4 of these kills for SoaR, only losing 2 in the process as MedievalDoc has revived, and now with this advantage for another 5 seconds as Brochacho's reviving. I thought they were about to go for this tier 1 tower, but gonna play it super safe here. Gold Fury has respawned. That's gonna be the better objective call for SoaR.
That was such an opportunity for Astral Authority. I actually really enjoyed the positioning that they had. KhaoticPurpose, ouch, I kind of fell over, sorry. KhaoticPurpose grabs the player, Medieval, around this corner into the red buff sort of like hovel, you know? And because he's around that hovel, he can't go see his teammates, and everything about that was fantastic. But the problem was, Kaeydan shows up and kills Brochacho after the Medusa ultimate. Medusa ultimate because Brochacho's chasing Kaeydan outside, or excuse me, Medieval outside. He gets hit with the Medusa ult.
It just took too long to kill MedievalDoc, and despite the double ultimate hit from Coviiii, it just wasn't enough.
Nice
Brochacho forcing the beads out of Shaliber, but it's actually Kaeydan doing more work on the left-hand side.
I just like the preemptive beads. I always think that's a flashy play. You know, you hit the beads before you even get hit. Bro, I knew you were going to do that.
Mind games.
But
then the blink into forcing the beads without the Cataclysm.
That's
level.
the key.
That's like a Ymir that runs. So he walls a Ymir that just running at you, and then you let go of W, but you don't freeze him. They're gonna beads every time. I guarantee it.
Do you really?
Do it. I'm telling you. You save your freeze on purpose.
So I see that done all the time on the Najah, where the sash comes in and no ult, but the beats happen anyway. and then the Naja turns around, walks away, and then turns around and ults.
From a max distance,
Yeah.
and then just jumps back into safety.
Yeah, you see that from time to time. Naja recently picked up a decent amount on the PC side of things. Very, very mechanically oriented. So, I don't know. I think we'd see... I don't know if we'd see too much Naja here on the console world. Surprisingly, actually, SoaR coming from the console scene plays it a lot in the PC league. So, maybe there is a little bit of crossover there.
I think he also used to play it before back in the console scene, if I'm not mistaken, really prioritizing the damage potential of that
Coviiii
god.
in trouble. 3 players surrounded, the ultimate drop down. Still going to hit one. And he's going to go down as Kaeydan finds another kill. 100% kill participation for Kaeydan.
So many kills as well, 66% on his side. Brochacho just rolling around in circles as Transonics getting off 2 of the hits, not connecting on the third, waited a little too long.
Ultimate is going to stun 3 different players. There's an ultimate on the other side to get rid of Wolves, stunning him, and there's StormyRays gunning him. Down goes Wolves, and Transonics being chased now by 4 different SoaR players. Nice knockup from KhaoticPurpose, not going to be enough. And now KP might have given his life. No. Turn around from SoaR looking for the objective as Shaliber and Zachsy play cute.
They're trying to ping pong this goal fury back and forth
That's
while
really
they're
cute.
waiting for the rest of the teammates to be able to return.
That's something that we've seen players do for years, but very rarely. That's like one of those warm-ups that you sit there and you go, when am I ever going to use this? It's
Really
so
good.
rare.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, just like that, whenever you have 2 members, this is mostly a mid-game play because,
Yeah.
honestly, a late-game hunter doesn't need anyone else to do a Gold Fury. Whether or not they have the lifesteal, they'll just be able to out-DPS the Gold Fury. And now, after the Gold Fury, securing themselves along a Portal Demon, really extending this goal lead.
Yeah, Coviiii just now getting his ultimate up. That's why, even though he was zoned out, he still couldn't jump in there. Ultimate finds a knock-up. KhaoticPurpose finds the kill. MedievalDoc finds the fountain the hard way. 5 kills for Astral Authority, trying to fight their way back into this one. Already down 6,000.
Brochacho going to force the beats yet again out of Shaliber. Has been a reoccurring theme, but it doesn't seem that he even needs to use them during a lot of these engagements. It's because Coviiii is dying so early in these team fights, leaving a lot of wiggle room for the frontline out of SoaR Gaming to just do what they got to do, giving Shaliber so much room in the backline.
Stormy separated, pops the thorns in order to buy himself a little bit of time. Stormy finds the up down. KhaoticPurpose actually, I think, winds up killing himself. Kaeydan on the backline, Coviiii in trouble. Aegis already gone. Brochacho's here. There's the shield. It's going to help out his mid laner for the moment. But Zachsy taking out Wolves on the back.
Wolves just zoning a little bit too much while Brochacho is doing guardian things and keeping his mid-mage alive. All of SoaR were able to reposition themselves, grabbing that Portal Demon after the objective has been secured to get into that team fight. And now they can look to start pressuring with his 5-on-3 advantage.
And that's the period of time where Brochacho kind of goes into where Brochacho kind of has to go into the coach mode and say, like, look, man, I'm a support. I can only help one person. And shouts to Brochacho for making the adjustment, realizing Coviii's dying every single engagement. And so Brochacho has to go from initiator into backline peel. But if he's helping Coviiii, he can't help everybody else. And the other teammates died, and he goes, look, man, I got 1 shield.
That's right. Wolves just zoned a little bit too long.
Exactly.
Coviiii couldn't really do much there with a level 17 Robin in his face, needing to be protected by the Get for just so long there. And a level 13 Kukulkan is not going to be doing too much at the 20-minute mark.
Brochacho almost in a bad spot there. Gets caught out a little bit by Kaeydan, but able to walk away, so not too big of an impact with that one. 2020, that's the clock. 14-5, that's the kills. SoaR Gaming and Astral, those are the teams. 7,500, that's the gold.
10.5 is the experience lead.
Tom and Tully, those are the casters.
Hell yeah.
The hell yeah just stole it from me, dude. We did the fist bump. We all have fun here.
SoaR Gaming having a lot of fun here, especially if they can clinch this game. Winning the last one is now putting them in the DreamHack Valencia clinching scenario. They win this one, they're guaranteed.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're looking to do here. That's exactly what they're looking to do here. Fire Giant spawned here on the right side of the map, and SoaR Gaming looking to regain their composure, and more importantly, position themselves around the Fire Daddy, pushing up forward, making sure that Astral Authority can't really dig their feet in. Coviiii is absolutely the target, and for good reason. Long-range damage prevents SoaR Gaming from doing any real objective safely.
Trying to find a little bit more aggression here, SoaR Gaming, with the advantage that they have, recognizing that Transonics is all the way on the left-hand side. This 5-on-4 should force them in a situation where they're either going to get this tier 2 for free or going to get a Fire Giant.
Yeah, this time Transonics is full committed. He has to get a tier 2 tower. Brochacho likely to fall down. Zachsy takes him out and gets credit. Stormy takes out the jungler. Wolves is going to fall down to the hands of Kaeydan, and the push out of SoaR Gaming good enough. Coviiii can just drop the tornado. Tier 2 tower on the right-hand side goes down to SoaR Gaming. Tier 2 tower on the left-hand side goes down to Astral Authority. Here's the difference, though. There's a Fire Giant on the right side. There's not on the left.
And StormyRays making this rotation on the left to stop the split push out of Transonics. No counterplay shall be allowed out of SoaR Gaming, despite a nice initiation from Brochacho. It was right outside that tier 2 tower. I would have liked to see Astral just wait a little bit more, allow SoaR Gaming to go into the tier 2 tower and then defend, because without Transonics as your hunter, you're fighting 4-on-5, so you might as well allow that tier 2 tower to be your 5th man in that engagement.
Yeah, I mean, patience, not exactly the #1 virtue for Astral Authority.
Astral Authority want this game to last longer. They're behind. There's no reason to force the engagement outside of your tower, especially without your hunter.
At the same time, although patience isn't the #1 virtue or beatitude that comes to mind when I think Astral Authority, perseverance absolutely is. So I think that Astral Authority not quite thrown in the hat despite being down about 10,000 gold. I think we do see Astral Authority kind of stay competitive. We can see on the right side picking up the Portal Demon. That's going to be a good look should they confirm it. But jumping into StormyRays, Portal Demon does go the way of Astral Authority, but how about the team fight? KP gets obliterated. Zachsy just finds the right shots and takes him down. Double kill as Coviiii goes in the same direction. Kaeydan leading the charge. Wolves barely alive, no ultimate available for him. And Kaeydan, let me fix that face. #9 puts him in his place.
Brochacho trying to run away as 4 members from SoaR Gaming pushing down the right-hand side. Not going to be able to find the kill on this tanky support, but instead will find the first Phoenix of this game. SoaR Gaming are 1 step closer towards Valencia.
Yo, you know, I said before, I said, listen, a lot of times when I watch this SoaR team, I think you look at Astral Authority, and they're kind of clearly the #1 squad. But when it comes to SoaR Gaming, I see Stormy and I see Medieval a lot of the times doing the dirty work, right? Shaliber and Zachsy, when they go, they'll do that. And then I said, but occasionally, Kaeydan does Kaeydan. 19 out of 20 kills has Kaeydan's name on it, and 9 of them belong to him specifically. Kaeydan on this Ravana has just been out of control.
But let's talk about Zachsy in that last engagement. That flanking Petrify was crucial towards finding the stun, a lot of damage onto KhaoticPurpose, and not only that, he then backpedals, kiting him completely with the Fatalis. KP couldn't even get off any return damage.
Even with the longer range basics that Awilix does have as part of her passive, still couldn't get it. And you know, this is the problem with Awilix come the late game, is that she has a similar issue that Mercury does in the late game, in that when she does execute her damage, when you're looking at the feather step, talking about special delivery, you're standing still. And so the hunters in the late game, if you stand still for a second, you're just getting shot 4 times, and that's your whole life bar.
But as long as it's not a Khepri with a gun, then I think everyone will be okay.
We'll see if it works out. That's some of my finest work, by the way.
Somebody's got to draw it. Has somebody given you some fan art about that?
No, there was somebody that came through with like a cheesy Photoshop, but nobody has yet drawn me Khepri with a gun. I do hope if there's an artist out there that maybe we'll see that. And SoaR Gaming, maybe we'll see them take the win. 25 kills here, and SoaR have 4/5 of them. Damn.
To get into Valencia here, they're just standing 1 Titan in between. StormyRays getting knocked up, pulled back in, using that Eagles rally. Brochacho setting up with a Cataclysm into the skies. Transonics finding 1, 2. Third one connects as well, but it's just not enough damage against such a tanky Bellona.
Very quiet day for Transonics, unfortunately. Meanwhile, look who's making noise by the Titan, the rest of SoaR Gaming. It's a hoodwink. The back's coming out of Astral Authority. They've already taken out a Titan. Half HP, 25. Surprise! SoaR Gaming take the win.
StormyRays sacrificing himself for the greater good. 21 kills for SoaR Gaming. They had that game from the bag.
That was very rarely do you see SoaR get the wool pulled over their eyes, and that was exactly what happened. Hey guys, look at me, look at me, look at me, I'm StormyRays. Look at me, I'm StormyRays. That's what he sounds like in real life, by the way. And then the whole team's just winning the game. Just the whole team just winning the game.
It was honestly all Kaeydan in the beginning of the game.
That's what
that Ravana was just all over. He was basically the team at the early stages, really making an impact here felt. And despite all the pressure onto StormyRays to strip away some of his blue buffs repeatedly, it was that third blue buff that cost him that Gold Fury.
Kaeydan can be such, it's interesting because when you see Kaeydan, he's a nice enough guy, right? But when you see him at LAN, he's this large, imposing dude, just this tall guy. And this was the game where you saw that in-game as well. Anything that you wanted to do, Kaeydan said, no, not allowed. Root, slow, not allowed. Just always finding his target. Kaeydan is the reason SoaR Gaming win this game.
And there was just no breathing room for Coviiii on this Kukulkan because of how much pressure Kaeydan was able to do diving that backline with the Mystic Rush, getting that 40% damage reduction. What is a tornado going to do to you, especially with a Kukulkan that's 3 to 4 levels behind you?
Yeah, the Ravana selection, just a great choice, able to jump over anybody trying to really zone you out, find the Kukulkan. And again, like we said, shouts to Astral Authority because they did adjust. Coviiii died about 3 times in every team fight, realized that wasn't going to happen, and we saw the shift of the focus from El Muchacho to the back line. Look, I need to peel for my Kukulkan, but then the front line started dying some more, so kind of just too much pressure all over the map, or all over the team fight, rather, coming out from SoaR Gaming to really see much of any success there.
And there was a lot of action here today in the SCL between Europe and North America teams trying to clinch their spot into Valencia. Earlier today, Enix splitting with Era Eterna, Rival making it their way into DreamHack Valencia over Naventic. Strictly Business against SB, splitting that one down the middle.
SB versus Starboys was an interesting match. Starboys coming back with the awesome turnaround play. Still, contact Cameron if you are going to make them a logo, please. Obey Alliance do take the 2-0 above Elevate. And then Astral Authority versus SoaR Gaming. That goes 2-0 in SoaR Gaming's favor, perhaps surprisingly to a lot of fans.
SoaR Gaming now clinched their spot into Valencia here, so a great performance out of them, taking out the Spring Split champions.
European matches have changed the way that the standings look, so we'll take a look at the snapshot of the league here. And still on top is going to be Team Rival, 9 total points, and everybody pales in comparison to the Purple Squad. Enix, Naventic, Era Eternity, 4-2-1 in that order.
And with Rival, there's only that one European spot for Valencia. Rival getting that one out of North America. 3 will get their chance to go into Valencia.
SoaR Gaming, Astral Authority, and Obey Alliance looking pretty for it.
Absolutely. That's what a performance out of SoaR Gaming in this last set.
That was, I mean, I don't remember if it was this set or the last set. Totally, I forgot. You said something about them being hungry. I mean, that is the most, that's the most cliche term in sports or esports, right? Just, man, this team really wanted it. But listen, I'm going to bring it up. SoaR Gaming just looked like they wanted, just dreamt about this win.
I think I was just trying to make a pun.
You weren't. You weren't using you weren't using it in the cliche term. I turned it around and said, oh, they're looking pretty hungry out here. But I'm serious. They just looked that strong. They really, really find that. So kind of nasty stuff.
Absolutely. So SoaR Gaming with that 3rd spot going to Valencia. Great performance out of them, as well as Astral Authority there, though. Maybe they were just trying to hide some of their strategies. They were battling for that 1st seed over Obey Alliance had they win both of those sets, both of those games. But at the end of the day, they're still there, and we'll still see them in action.
Very exciting stuff. All teams here on the console side qualified and done with. So that's going to be a fantastic end cap to the summer. What was your highlight for today, Anatoly?
Honestly, what was that one pun that you made earlier on that just had me dying?
I do not recall.
We just had a blast. Every day we have a blast together. When I'm with you, it's just like, It's
We
all
have a lot of
magical.
fun. I liked when SB took on Starboys and Starboys
You mean when
friendly.
Strictly Business took on SB?
Right, when SB lost to Starboys. That was
You mean
kinda
when
fun.
Strictly Business lost to SB in the first game?
SB versus SB. We're not going to be RB. We'll see you much, much later. Thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. We love you, and we'll see you next time. Next time.